Hey class, welcome to my online class, Massage Business, and we're using the Business Mastery book by Sherry Sonen Mo. Let's get started with chapter 1. So there's going to be a lot of slides here from the publisher. So these are the slides. It tells you what page will be on. So this is how you can utilize the PowerPoint with your Business Mastery book. All right, a lot of these are going to be quick. There's going to be some kind of little exercises you can do yourself. I won't know if you do them or not, but might be helpful if you do. So chapter 1 is self-awareness is key. This values clarification and your ideal future. So some key terms that you're going to want to know after this chapter is creative visualization, morals, personal assessment, personality type, principles, professionalism, self-awareness, and values. Self-awareness is key. One of the most essential traits that successful people have in common is the dedication to knowledge. So knowledge is power, right? Before you even begin to create or to update a plan for your career or business, it's vital that you assess your current state. So first you want to get a clear picture of your own personality style and your unique quirks, right? And it's extremely difficult to get your destination if you don't know where you are. All right, so it all starts with self-evaluation. Here's the Wheel of Life. There is on page 4 of the book, Figure 1-1, kind of shows you a Wheel of Life, and we'll kind of go over how to make that for funsies, and it kind of helps you to see where you are at on this wheel. So this person, it looks like they're kind of nicely spaced out. They have some color in virtually all these fields, but the growth seems to be spirituality, home, environment, relationships, and social life, and joy. The rest is kind of a little bit of a smaller influence on their life. So if you want, you can go in the book and print a blank copy of the Wheel of Life, or you can just draw one, right? And take a moment to think about where you are and where is that relation to where you want to be. So growth, we're always growing as individuals, and growth is really important when you are also managing a business, because your growth can make or break you. So mark along the line of each of the 10 categories where you feel you are right now. And then you want to connect the dots, and that's how you get that kind of starburst in the center. Keep in mind, it's very difficult to smoothly roll through life when your wheel life isn't balanced. So if you're noticing if one or a couple different categories are lackluster, maybe you want to fill some of those categories with your time and energy. Mark the spokes with an arrow in the direction that you see that particular spoke going. So it's a fun little exercise if you want to try that out. Personal assessment exercise. So I want you to write a biographical sketch spanning your birth to present. Wow, not to president, although some of you might be great presidents, right? Include personal and family information as well as career details. And it kind of gives you a visual of your life, right? So some of the things that might be on this timeline would be major accomplishments, talents and abilities, the 3 things you do best, which you can take those things you do best and use those, right, in your business. What might be your challenges that you might want to work on? What are some obstacles that you're proud that you overcame? And maybe 3 things you do not as well, or 3 things for which you want to be remembered. Memories you treasure most. How would you like others to describe you? Most of us kind of thrive on knowing people like us, right? The 3 things you want to accomplish in life could be on there as well. All right, career assessment exercise. Describe the current state of your career or business experience. Include the length of time in your field. So you guys aren't going to have like hardly any experience here, and that's okay. At least in the massage field, right? Kind of write out what your average yearly income is and the number of clients that you would want to take on each week. You have to have realistic goals. You can't say you want to do 5 clients but expect to make 6 digits a year, right? Or those are going to be some really expensive massages. What are the 3 attributes of your practice of which you're the most proud? So just kind of imagine you're having your own business, all right? If you don't already have a business, what's working well? What isn't working well? What changes would you like to see occur? And it's okay to change things that don't work, right? What would you like people to say about your business? Hopefully good things, right? So I want you to highlight the previous job experience, your education, and background that contribute to the success in this field. So this chapter is kind of just about reflection, right? What previous jobs or work experience have you most enjoyed? What have you not enjoyed? Do you feel comfortable reporting to others, or would you like to manage your own time and prefer like a schedule that you're setting? All right. Or do you want someone else to set these priorities and schedules? What kind of people, clients, or coworkers do you prefer to work with? What kind of personalities? So whether you work for somebody or work for yourself, this can kind of help you filter out whether it's a good fit for you or whether that person is a good fit for your business. Do you enjoy or genuinely dislike paperwork? Don't we all? If you enjoy it, you're crazy. Do you like performing a variety of business tasks each day and week? How many hours do you work or want to work each week? Do you think you'll prefer to spend the majority of time working with clients or doing business stuff? Do you have marketing experience? Do you enjoy that? Or do you want to have someone else market for you? Do you want to offer other services besides your primary training? So this would be other massage modalities. This is why we're going to do a whole class in trigger point on trigger points and other modalities so that you can kind of find what fits you well, all right, your personality and your interests. What do you want to learn? Are you a disciplined self-starter with interest in running business? What life experiences has given you the opportunity to know this about yourself? Or maybe you're not, and that's okay. Some people just want to go to work, leave, go to work, do your work, leave, get paid, and not deal with anything else. Do you enjoy teaching or doing the research? Do you have people who support your career goals? Friends or family, loved ones? And who's given you guidance already or might be a good mentor for you? I will always be your mentor if you need it, so you guys can reach out to me anytime you want. So let's reflect a little from these self-assessment exercises. And also, I forgot to tell you, y'all can pause it and do these exercises if you want, or just kind of think about it. What did you learn about yourself? Were you surprised by anything? How can you use this awareness to develop confidence about previous accomplishments, or have the drive to fix the areas that need attention? So some clarification with your values, right? A satisfying and a balanced life occurs when your values are in sync with the way you live your life and run your business. Values are, you need to learn this word, it's in bold. Values are beliefs about what is intrinsically worthwhile or desirable. So something that you want to work towards rather than what is right and correct, all right? So these are beliefs, all right? There is no right or wrong. We can have our own values. There are some that are questionable, but Invest your time in exploring your values. After all, they're the major conscious and unconscious influences on your decisions you make. Questions to clarify professional values. So, your attitudes and beliefs about wellness, kind of write down what you think that is, or what your attitudes and belief are about the massage profession. And how do your values enhance your professionalism? And how do they affect your work with clients? What's the most meaningful attributes of an effective practitioner in the field? So think about that stuff and thrive to be what you would like others to be like, right? Which of your values might conflict with professional rules of conduct? And which might conflict with laws or regulation? So not all of us are perfect, so make sure with this field that your values do not conflict with rules of conduct, laws, and regulations. This is why we're taking an ethics course as well. So some of your core values. What are the most important personal characteristics for someone in the massage field? Think about it. What are the key professional characteristics for someone in the field? So you have personal characteristics and professional. Those are separate. They can intertwine. But how I act with my personal relationships and my clients is usually different. I'm a lot more professional with my clients. Unless they've known me a long time, they get to know me a little more, right? When I look at my work life in perspective, the activities that have the most worth to me are what? So about your ideal life, what would you do with life if you could do anything, and why? You might realize massage isn't going to be the main focus, and that's okay. Or you might make it the main focus. Your happiness. The people you know seem to be happy. The people I know who seem to be happy are happy because of what? Why are these people happy? Think about it. Think of when you are happiest, and what's your most treasured memory? Why is it? Relationships. So when I look at my home life, the activities that are the most worthy are what? And then think about the things you most value in a relationship. And that doesn't mean a romantic relationship. That can be any relationship, friend, family, loved one, spouse, whatever. Pet. So who and what have been major influences in your values or the development of your values? Who are the most important people in your life, and what could you do to improve those relationships? They're not always perfect all the time. You got to nurture them, right? And then some more core values. What values are most important to you? What are the character traits that you deem essential? And what are the most admirable things about yourself? Oop, we're going past. Here it is. What's the greatest accomplishment of your life? And what do you hope to do that is great or even better than that? And if you had 1 year to live, this one's deep, what would you concentrate on doing? Are you doing those now? And why not if you're not? All right, value reflection exercise. Did you have trouble completing the value activities? How often do you make decisions and form relationships consistent with your personal and professional values? So they usually say, the people that you hang out with, you kind of mesh into some of their morals and values, right? That's why when somebody is toxic to your life, it is best to remove yourself from their life so you can grow while they don't grow. What can you do to keep your professional values in mind when making decisions for your career or your business? So think about that stuff. All right, what about your ideal future? I want you to envision your ideal future um, as one of the most enjoyable aspects of long range planning. Remember, this is about your ideals, not necessarily what you think is realistic. So, what do you want for your future? All right, imagine that you're living the life of your dreams right now. Think about it. Describe where you live. What city, state, country, right? What type of home do you live in? How's it furnished or decorated? What's the ambience of it? Think about yourself. What do you like? What are your attitudes towards life? How do you nurture yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Contemplate your relationships. Who are your friends? How do you interact with your family? How do you impact others? What are the major characteristics of your romantic relationship, if you have one, right? Or past ones. You can, even if you are single, you can reflect on those past relationships. What's your social life like? So there's relationships. Let's think about the career. What's your profession? What are your responsibilities and activities right now? What type of business atmosphere do you have? Who are your coworkers? What are your business relationships like? What's your financial status? Stressful, right? So reflect upon your personal growth a little bit. What activities do you engage in to take care of your well-being? This one's big, especially in the future. If you guys aren't still getting massages while performing massages, not at the same time, obviously. That's weird. But you need to keep in mind that you have to take care of yourself too to take care of others. How are you furthering your education? Sometimes you get a little burnout, so you have to do some CEUs to fall in love with the field again, and that's okay. What do you do to foster your spirituality? How do you spend your leisure time? Now let's consider some areas that are important to you. What do you do to make certain things happen? What are your attitudes about them? So here are some of the highlights. One of the most essential traits that successful people have in common is dedication to knowledge. Typically, to be successful, you have to have business savvy, excellent communication skills, high degree of expertise in the field, right? It's extremely difficult to get to your destination if you don't know where you are. So find out where you are so that you can move forward. And it's a satisfying and balanced life occurs when your values are in synchrony or in sync with the way you live your life and run your business. So if everything's in sync, you have equal balance everywhere, you're going to be the happiest. Some more highlights would be your self-awareness. This includes your status, your personality style, strengths, challenges, all right, any relevant experiences. The first step to maybe exploring your career path is to get a clear visual of your values from both a personal and professional standpoint. A lot of conflicts arise because there's a clash in values with either yourself or with others that you work with or work on, perhaps. If you take time to visualize this ideal future, you can spark some creativity and gain a little bit of insight on what is important to you. All right, hope you guys learned a little bit about yourself, and that's all, folks.